Hey guys, welcome back. We are in the car today because we're headed over to the South Shore. Yeah, we're gonna head to the South Shore, meet up with Dan. We're gonna try and get on some bass, and then we'll switch to fluke as, you know, things kind of settle in and the tide starts going out. I have not really gotten out that much. I did get out last weekend for a short bit, and I searched the bay locally, and I really didn't find much at all. I was looking for bait. I really didn't see much. So it's windy today, and I don't really want to fish the bay again. You know, I was gonna try a different area on the South Shore as well, but I think it's still even too windy for that. So we're gonna be, you know, in one of the western South Shore bays where it's a little bit more protected. You know, this bay, the bunker bite, it's usually like a bass and bunker bite. It's kind of very hard to catch them on artificial, so I may try a little bit, but I'm not gonna waste too much time. If there's bunker, we're gonna snag it and then live line it on a circle hook. And then for the fluke, you know, I'll probably just try small stuff, small presentations, work the channel edges, and, you know, hope for the best. Pretty excited to get back out in the kayak. It has been a little bit. The second half of April was very slow, and it seemed like every weekend it was too windy to go. I think the tide's gonna start moving out around 7:45, 8 o'clock. An hour and a half on the back half of that should be prime time for fluke. So I don't know the area too well. Did fish it with Dan a couple years back, and we had good action, so let's see. So I met up with Dan, getting in. It's a little chilly, a little windy. Water temp's 58. I don't think it's gonna be an easy one. All right, let's get to it. I want to start trolling. I'm marking something here. Looks like bait. That's definitely bait. Do you think we should just switch to fluke and then look for bunker, or do you want to? Alright, I don't know what kind of fish they are though. I don't feel like they're bass. I don't know. The marks are tinier to me. I don't know what this is, but it could be bass.
I think they're probably small bass.
I think,
right?
Yeah.
When there's no bunker here, there's still bass trolling, like running around here. I think because the tide's not moving that much, they're probably not super active. And there's like the bait that there is, like, doesn't appear to be bunker.
All right, we're gonna start with some gulp. It's a 3/8 ounce jig head. That is it. That's what we're gonna use. This wind is howling. Yep, we got a fish. Ah, we got a fluke. Yeah, not that good. Small one. That's all right. That's my first fluke. No, did not. That was a little 4-inch grub. Pink 4-inch grub. Go right back to where we caught it. Don't change anything, at least right now. So this is a new reel I picked up, discount over the winter, 50% off. Just figured it was a pretty good deal for a pen slammer. This is a 2500. You know, it's a little heavy for a 2500, but it's just the nature of pens are a little heavy. At least it's set up in a way where we were watching the traffic, you know, like it's not behind us.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so it's a little tricky, but I want to keep this contour line. where the bait is, I want to be. Oh, look at this bunkers. Oh. Oh, he's like just died. He's still like fresh. I moved to a different ledge. I was getting, yeah, here's more bait. I mean, there's so much bait around. I think there's probably fluke around too, but the tide being slack is just not making them bite.
We're in like the no man's land zone right now.
Yeah.
The tide just keeps on moving.
Oh, my hat. I don't mind fishing through slack. It's just like, it's got to be less wind. Yeah, so like, all right, let's go, let's go. Should we start going that way or not yet? Should we start? Oh, that's nice fish. Definitely a fluke. Is it a keeper? Borderline? Yeah. Tide is still pretty slack, unfortunately. So we're just trying to drift in the general areas that we think are good, but it's really hard to follow a drift because there is no current, you know, and the wind's just pushing us off. Let's try these things. These things work good for me in the sound. So
Got one, dropped two.
oh wow.
Fishing the tiny Mackinaw.
Okay.
I mean, I got quite a few. The only thing I don't have a lot of is small jigs.
I got those. Oh wow, you're on him. Dan is on the fish. The tiny ones though. Alright, I'm gonna start drifting properly.
I got 5 pounds. That's 5 to 6 pounds.
It's all you need though sometimes, man. Alright. Just try to bounce the bottom here, going over this little piece of structure. If I don't get one on this little drift here, I'm gonna switch to bucktail with the bunker strip. Oh, that's a good fish. I felt that. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Oh my goodness. Woo. Oh man, that just changed everything on this day. Let's get him on the stringer first and I'll measure him for you. I know he's a keeper, so just want to get him on the stringer. Woo. Fish secured. Dude, he just absolutely inhaled it. Wow. Mouth is almost closed there. He's a 22 and a half. Oh, that's a nice fish. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Dan doesn't even know I have this fish caught yet. I'm gonna have to go over there on that. 22 and a half. Oh yeah. All right, yeah, they're there. It was near that spot you were saying. Something I think about these style paddle tails with the chartreuse contrast tail that just make the fluke go crazy. I don't think these work as good in clean water, but if there's any sort of like dirty or tainted, slightly stained water, I just think these are the way to go. And this water is actually pretty clean for you know, this bay. This is actually pretty clean water, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, I was definitely getting down on myself just because I hadn't had a bite in so long. But I think it's all tide related, I really think, you know?
We're still in the very beginning.
Yeah, aimed for where you said it was. And I think even before I got to it, I picked up and then the bottom stopped short, you know? And
It worked, but it worked.
yeah. But yeah, for some reason the paddle tail I think is like getting better bites.
How long is that one?
4 inch. Yeah, I was not expecting that fish after all those little ones that you were catching. I'm gonna keep trying to be spot specific. I'm gonna retry the drift. No, any bites over there?
Yeah, I dropped one. I'm getting bites, just a lot of small fish, but it's still like beginning of the tide, you know?
Yeah.
Once it picks up, I'm telling you, it's gonna be good.
All right, we're gonna put this guy away. He's pretty much cooked. Yeah, look at that fish. Nice fish. Belly's full. That's a nice fish. I'm trying to get onto that. Oh. Yeah, I had a bite. Yeah, same. I mean, I can't. Oh, got him. Yeah. Feels decent again. I don't think it's a keeper. Beautiful fish though, look at those spots. All right, that's a good sign. Oh, good fish. Good fish. Oh my freaking net. It's not as big, but that's another keeper, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Let's try to get our third. I think it actually might happen. You know what it is if I drift it good, I get a hit. If I don't drift and the thing is all awkward, then I don't get a hit. So you really have to focus on the drift, which I'm not really good at with this kind of weather, but I'm learning. All right, so here we go. About 30 feet. There's definitely some sort of little structure that the fish are relating to. I'm marking bait like constantly on the bottom. I'm definitely not getting as many bites with the bigger profile, I think. It's not even that this is like that big of a profile, but it's not a small piece of gulp, so I think that's why, you know, the small fluke just love the small gulps. But if there's no small fish around, I love using the small gulps. That's why I was starting out with them. The speed of the drift is about 0.8 miles an hour, which is pretty good. You always want to be matching the current speed. We don't have much time left. I probably got 30 minutes or so, so I gotta work efficiently. I don't know if we're gonna go to the other spot at this point. Nothing on that drift.
You want to check that spot out over there? I know you got some different things for you.
That's the thing. I've got maybe 30 minutes probably, or 45 minutes. Not worth it, right? Because that's the thing, and we're in the good part of the tide here, I figure, so
might as well go for it.
Alright, after this strip, I think I'm gonna put on the bunker strip just to see if something different happens. I know they're in here. Oh, this wind is so difficult. For the meat strips. That thing is gonna look so good in the water. I'm getting down, I'm pulling around and then going this way. You can see I've done a couple paths. I'm gonna probably go on this side of it now this time, just a little bit. Should be able to hold a little easier. This is probably 1 ounce. I was using a 3/8 this whole time. I probably should have this bucktail on the stiffer rod. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to set the hook on this thing. Oh man. Wow. First drift. I don't think this is a fluke though. This is probably a sea robin. Oh, it is a fluke. I can't tell if it's a keeper or not. Is that a keep? I don't think it's a keeper. Not bad though. I'm gonna measure it. Dude, I switched to a bunker strip. And the first drift. Yeah. This might keep. This actually might keep. He's a little bit bigger than I thought he was. Yeah. That's a keeper. Yeah. Almost 20. He's almost 20. He's like 19 and a half. So, yeah. It's like 19 and a half. So that's the limit. That is the limit, guys. I can't believe we did it. I got him. Bucktail with the bunker strip. We literally just put it on and caught this guy. Crazy. That was quite the day. Yeah, I didn't realize that fish was a keeper. It didn't seem like a very big fish. Like bringing it up and stuff, it didn't really fight. There are a lot of fluke here, but they're not just biting anything. I think just having that really lazy presentation is helpful. So again, current's going this way. The wind's coming at me. It's kind of wind against tide. So I'm just going slowly into the wind and then kind of going this way as well. Slow lifts. Oh, damn, you saw that? Getting good action right around in this zone. They love coming back for the bait. This guy's gonna fly off. I hate to leave you, but I can't be late for the concrete, you know? That was a really good day. I mean, it started off very slow, but kind of what we expected. Slack tide, very hard to get the fluke to bite. But once it started going to outgoing, it really started turning on. And I mean, Dan was catching, I think, way more fish than me. But I just kept sticking with that paddle tail and eventually got that big one. And then that gave me the confidence to just keep using it. And I think as a result, it just kind of culled out a lot of the small fish because, there definitely was a lot of small fish. Yeah, this bay is awesome. And then, I got the last one on the bunker strip, which is kind of cool because I think they started turning off to that paddle tail. Just didn't have the same scent. They probably had seen it a couple times. Working the same area over and over again, so kind of have to change it up, I think, sometimes if the tide's not different, So we did that and we got the last keeper, so very happy. We made the best out of those conditions. Those conditions were not easy. I mean, if you have a boat, it's not even possible to drift that. You have a trolling motor, it's somewhat possible, but that's very difficult. So just thankful to get that done in those conditions. All right, big shout out to Dan. Thank you again. I hope to get out there again, guys. See you on the next one.